They woke up, and the lake was red, not brown, not muddy, red, like blood. At first, nobody believed it, because the night before, everything was normal. People fished, children played, water was calm, nothing warned them, nothing changed, until morning. And that's where the mystery begins. Because how does an entire lake change overnight? No storm, no explosion, no visible cause, just silence. And then, the color. When the first villager reached the shore, he froze. He didn't shout, he didn't move, he just stared, because what he was seeing made no sense. The whole surface was red, and here's the strange part. It wasn't only at one corner. It covered everything. But what caused it? No one knew. Within minutes, the village gathered. People started whispering. Some said it was poison. Some said it was a warning. Others refused to even look at it, because something about it felt wrong. Too unnatural. Too sudden. And that's when fear started spreading faster than facts. Fishing stopped immediately. Canoes stayed tied to the shore. Nets were left untouched, because no one wanted to be the first to enter it again. But here's what made it worse. The lake was still moving. Slow ripples across a red surface, like it was alive. And that thought terrified everyone. That night, nobody slept well. Because when something changes without reason, your mind fills in the gap. And what the mind creates is always worse. By morning, experts arrived. They collected water samples. They studied the shoreline. They asked every possible question. But there was a problem. No one could agree on what they were seeing. Some said algae. Some said minerals. Some said underground chemical changes. All possible, but none of them felt complete. Because science can explain patterns, but not always timing. Why that night? Why all at once? And why like that? Days passed, and something unexpected happened. The red started fading. Slowly at first, then faster, until parts of the lake looked normal again. And that should have been a relief, but it wasn't. Because now the fear changed shape. People weren't asking what happened. They were asking, could it happen again? Fishing slowly returned, but not fully. People stayed cautious. They watched the water more than they trusted it, even when it looked normal. Because once something breaks trust, it never fully resets. And that's the part that stayed with everyone. Not the color, not the change, not even the fear of that first morning, but the memory of waking up and realizing something familiar was no longer safe. Because that's what truly unsettles people. Not when danger is obvious, but when something ordinary stops feeling ordinary. When the same lake you grew up around, the same water you trusted every single day, can suddenly feel like a stranger. So even after it changed back, people didn't fully return to the way they lived before. Some still avoided going alone. Some refused to fish at certain hours. Some simply stood at a distance, just watching. Not because the lake was proven dangerous again, but because memory doesn't need proof to survive. And even today, long after everything returned to normal, some people still say the lake feels different at night. Not in a way you can see, not in a way you can explain, but in a way you can feel, if you stand there long enough and listen to the water. Even when it looks completely normal, history is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Feedy,